methane, benzene, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, water vapor. Water vapor, really? The rest sounds bad, really bad. Benzene. Isn't that a known carcinogen? Samantha? Oh, Samantha.
Where did he go? Really? You are going to just leave me. After that? Hi, I am Samantha, your Vantage Appliance AI host. Today we are asking, is my gas range trying to kill me? Rick! Come on. Really?
Sorry. Gotta go. Bye.
So, Rick is right. There are many byproducts of combustion from a gas burner. By far the greatest quantity emission is water vapor. You have probably noticed it, as some moisture condensing on a cold surface around your range, or on the pot as it warms up. No real cause for concern there. So then, what about carbon monoxide? Carbon monoxide is called the silent killer, isn't it? First of all, we want to take carbon monoxide seriously. It is important to state that carbon monoxide is a byproduct of combustion. Most of our appliances, like our furnace and hot water tank, vent these byproducts via a chimney out of harm's way. However, most gas ranges aren't directly vented outdoors, unlike furnaces and water heaters. Allowing any buildup of flue gases can have serious consequences. A carbon monoxide buildup is not necessarily the fault of your gas range. We have seen several cases of carbon monoxide detectors going off, and fire departments or the local utilities service technician will stick their detector towards the range's exposed burner flame and say with certainty, "Yep, that is your problem right there." Is it really? Maybe if the burner air to gas mixture is off and the burner is mostly yellow with black soot spiraling up, then yes, the flame is inefficient and carbon monoxide, methane, nitrogen dioxide, benzene will all be up and heat generation will be down. Bad and worse. However, in most cases, if the flame is mostly shades of blue with the occasional yellow tip, which is often due to trace minerals or dust burning off, then that is not necessarily a sign of poor combustion. That's when the ventilation system has to be evaluated. Before we get to that, no matter what, a carbon monoxide detector going off should always be taken seriously. Your local fire department or utility company are the right choice for immediate assistance. Once your home is confirmed safe, then you can bring in other professionals to pinpoint the root cause if needed. Carbon monoxide is odorless and invisible, so even if you feel fine, exposure can be dangerous. Never ignore an alarm. Even if your alarm is giving false alerts due to poor functionality, never ignore it outright. If it turns out to be a faulty device, replace it with a better quality unit. But remember, you can only do that if you're still around to do so. As I hinted at, the biggest problem with a gas range may not be the range itself. The room or the room's ventilation or lack thereof is very likely the biggest problem with the flue gases from your range. Remember furnaces, hot water tanks, etc. have chimneys? Your range does not. A ventilation system carrying flue gases outside is a must for a gas range, as is actually turning on the ventilation. Many people forget to use their range hood consistently. But without it, flue gases linger in your living space. If your kitchen doesn't have proper ventilation, even a well-functioning gas range can contribute to poor indoor air quality. In fact, you increase the effectiveness of any ventilation system by turning on the vent before you turn on the range. This gets the air moving in the proper direction. For good ventilation, carbon monoxide is slightly lighter than air, but in stagnant environments, it can accumulate in lower areas. If the air currents are stale, then it can sit there and build up. But if the air is already moving, then you get much more effective ventilation. The whole subject of good ventilation is a video. So if you would like to see that, please comment below. Here are the basics. Ventilation is dependent on capture area, height from cooking surface, CFM, cubic feet per minute of the blower, and very importantly, the length and precision of the duct run. You might, as we do, love the look of a minimalistic hood, lifted high out of the sight lines and furnished with a low CFM fan motor. But this, albeit beautiful, will not be great for your gas range and your ventilation needs. Also, whatever ventilation system you have requires matching makeup air system, so that air that is being removed from the space is replaced with adequate fresh air. We often hear of sales personnel recommending low CFM fans for no other reason than it can dramatically lower the cost of providing makeup air. Now, different jurisdictions have different building codes. Likely, if you live in a northerly climate with winter conditions, you will have some regulations revolving around makeup air. If your ventilation system is effective, flue gases are properly expelled, dissipating into a larger air mass rather than lingering indoors. Okay, so let's briefly talk about benzene. As Rick so nicely dropped on us earlier, benzene is a known carcinogen. Prolonged exposure isn't something we would willingly subject ourselves or our children to. Interestingly, a properly functioning and clean burning range produces only trace amounts of benzene. With that knowledge, we could take a leap and say, properly maintained range with good ventilation. We are all good, right? Here is the headline. In natural gas, benzene is a natural occurrence. In some areas like ours, here in Calgary, Alberta, levels of benzene in the gas are quite high. Benzene can enter our home environment without the range even being on. What? How? Simple, small leaks undetectable by smell or even bubble testing can bring gas and benzene with it into our homes. The higher the benzene amounts in the gas, the higher the risk. What do we do about that? 2 words: proper maintenance. Regular leak tests with quality electronic leak detectors. Since benzene is odorless, small leaks can go unnoticed for long periods. That's why relying solely on smell for gas leak detection isn't enough. Using a quality electronic leak detector is the best way to ensure safety. As well, regular inspections of the gas flex hose, which runs from the shutoff valve to the range. Many jurisdictions recommend or require replacement of the flex pipe every 10 years, or sooner if wear is detected. However, if you are pulling your range out regularly to clean behind it, you might want to check wear signs and consider replacement of the flex more often.
So my gas range is not trying to kill me. Or you either.
What? So now you're back?
You know, the appliance manufacturing industry is highly regulated and inspected. Neither by design or omission is an inherently unsafe product likely to make it out into the wild. I could have guessed that would be the case. 2 things. 1. Make sure your cooking space, not just your range, is properly ventilated. Make sure you turn on that ventilation. 2. Maintenance. Even if the burner takes longer to light than it should, get it looked at. Remember, unburned gas can be a serious hazard. Plus, poor combustion means more harmful flue gases and less heat efficiency. Regular inspections and leak checks by qualified personnel with the right equipment. Are you ready to replace your gas range? Or would you rather have it inspected and tuned up? Will you ask tough questions about the ventilation requirements before you purchase your next range? Would you like a deep dive into ventilation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think. If I could just find Samantha, I'm sure she'd say thanks for sticking with us to the end. We appreciate it. And if I ever find Samantha again, maybe she'll explain ventilation one more time. Oh, please check out this next video.